it's Pat from Pat's Ed Music, and we're back with another video. Thank you so much for the suggestion. So we are checking out what's the fastest way to learn how to change between chords. It's something that I think some people struggle with, and it gets a bit harder as you go, especially with more complex chords. But this one tip, or this one trick, or this one technique, whatever you want to call it, the best thing is I still use it today. So you can use it when you're a beginner, you can use it when you've been playing for years. It's a really good tip, and it was taught to me, so hey, time for me to pass it on to you. So grab your guitar. Now, let's say that you're starting out and you're learning a chord like, let's just say C major. Okay, lovely. Now, let's just say, before we get to changing between two different chords like C and D, let's just say you're still learning C major. All right, well, that's fine. Hey, we all got to start somewhere. So, there's our lovely chord. Now let's say that the first few times you're playing it, you were getting some muted strings, or your fingers were hanging over it. You're learning the guitar. That's absolutely fine. What I would actually do is count, and that's it. So what I would do is I would have my hand not away, not playing a game or getting a drink or wandering around. Have your hand near the guitar, and then start counting and see how many seconds it takes you to play the chord as well as you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, but just as well as you can for your level. So let's say, okay, I'm going to start counting now. 1, 2, I'm going to put the first finger on 3, I'm going to put the second finger on 4, 5, I'm going to make sure that they're standing up, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then okay. Now I was going very quick just to illustrate a point, but it took me 10 seconds. Maybe it'll take you 20 seconds. Maybe you're gonna get a few sounds like this. That's absolutely fine. Keep counting, or use a stopwatch on your phone, then it will count for you, hey? If it's too much you counting by yourself, just use a stopwatch, either on your phone, get a kitchen timer, something like that, and then get ready. As soon as you click start, it's gonna start counting, and I'm gonna try and play that chord. Okay, I can hear some strings sound okay, but some are still muted. I'm gonna try and practice and have my fingers standing up nice and tall. Okay, I got it. Pause the timer once you've got a nice clean chord. Okay, what time do we have there? We have 20 seconds. So, great. That's a time to work with. Now, maybe it takes you 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, maybe a minute. It doesn't matter. Write that time down somewhere, and each day that you practice, try and go for a little bit quicker if you can. That's all, okay? That's the first part of changing chords, is just to deal with learning one chord. And let's say it was 20 seconds today. Well, with a little bit of practice, and if I practice for 10 minutes, 20 minutes on that same chord, just trying to get it smoother and faster, and closing my eyes and trying to remember where the fingers go, hopefully tomorrow, instead of 20 seconds, it'll be a little bit faster. So you've done the first part, you've got your first chord. Amazing. Now we need to go to changing between two chords. So let's say we're doing C major, but you can do this for any chords. C major and D major. Or even it could be two power chords. The technique is exactly the same. To begin with, just count, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take my fingers off. Try and remember. 4, 5. Put each finger down. 6, 7, 8. Oh, a little bit of buzzingness. Stand those fingers up nice and tall. There you go. Just imagining it got to 15 seconds. Again, if you have a stopwatch, then use the stopwatch. As soon as you've hit that first chord, start the stopwatch, it starts counting. Okay, we're gonna go for the second chord. How long did it take us? All right, we're gonna practice. And tomorrow, we're gonna use the timer, and we'll see that progress. Now, I wouldn't use the timer every time you change chords, because it might get you a little bit stressed, but maybe do it every second day, every third time you practice, once a week. But by you actually writing down that time, you'll actually be able to see yourself getting faster. And hey, that's really good. It's like you're at the gym, and all right, you can lift a certain weight, and then next week you can lift a little bit more. You'll actually see the progress. Because learning any instrument or any artistic endeavor, it takes time. Anyone can do it, but it's a very slow process. So by you being able to write down the different times, you'll actually be able to see in your head, oh, I am getting better. It's just really hard to tell sometimes. But hey, that's it. So start counting if you're learning one chord. Once you can play two chords, use a timer, something like that, or count, and try and beat that score every time you pick up the guitar. Thanks so much for the suggestion. I'll see you again for another video very soon.